Live. Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to my Tuesday morning's live stream about IELTS speaking and writing session batch 1. So I've got, one more batch that runs on Wednesdays and Thursdays. If any of you is interested to join, you are more than welcome. What you have to do is visit my profile and sign up from there. Or alternatively, while you are watching, you can see sign up button, click on it, and it will take you to the payment page. Dear viewers, welcome once again. It is a regular ongoing live stream about IELTS exam, especially if you need help in your speaking and writing section in both academic and general. Okay, so let's move on.
And then their kids want.
So, dear viewers, once again, you're watching the live stream from the UK, and it's Tuesday morning, our local time. Hello, unknown, welcome. Unknown, I'm doing great. We're discussing academic writing and general writing of IELTS exam. Hello, welcome.
Yeah,
Hel-
thank you, teacher.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam.
How are you doing today?
Right? Okay, yeah.
Okay, if you remember, yesterday we were discussing IELTS speaking task 3.
Yes.
There are not many people at the moment. Maybe we can continue discussing speaking task 3. Okay?
Yes, no problem. Okay. I think task 3, task
Mm-hmm.
speaking part 3.
Speaking part 3, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's, I think, the difficult, the most difficult thing in the part.
It's a kind of, okay, one moment. I'm just speaking. Unknown, I have already answered. We're going to discuss both speaking techniques and writing. Okay, once again, dear
Yes, teacher.
viewers, so we're going to discuss speaking task 3 of IELTS exam. And in speaking task
Yes.
3, the marking criteria are fluency and coherence, 25%, lexical resources, 25%, grammatical range and accuracy, 25%, pronunciation, 25%. You have noticed that there is no mark for having accent or not. Honestly, guys, accent is not a botheration of anywhere in the world as long as you have got good pronunciation. Okay, so it is really an amazing matter to understand that how pronunciation works. So let's move on to the speaking task 3. So if you remember, in speaking task 3, there are more analytical and more explanatory answers rather than yes and no with limitation. Okay, and I'm going to give you some scenario with some questions so that you can practice here. There is no, though there is no hard and fast rule or syllabus from where the examiner is going to ask you question. These are only for sample tests or like practicing. Okay, before you start speaking, remember that try to use as much as correct grammar, high standard of vocabulary, your best pronunciations, as well as good communication skill. IELTS exam that uh, you know not only learning English, it's a matter of learning rubrics. So as long as you know that tips, technique, and strategies, then you can do better in exam. Okay, so let's move on. Unknown, unfortunately, this is a subscriber lesson. I can't answer all of your questions here. If you need to have my answer, you better subscribe to me. My focus is my subscribers, not to the visitors. One moment, let me find out the speaking task 3. Okay, do you see the question?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to read the questions?
Do you think it's better to rent or to buy a place to live in?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Everything. Oh,
Uh,
so
read
easy.
read all of the questions first before you answer. That will be
Okay.
better for you.
Do you think it? Do you think it is better to rent or to buy a place to live in? How easy it to find a place to live in your country? Do you agree that there is a right age for young adults to stop living with their parents? What options are available to young couples looking for accommodation in your country? And the last, I cannot read the rest
Okay,
of the question.
answer the first questions.
From the beginning, teacher, from the
Yeah.
top. From,
Do you think it's better to rent or to buy a place to live in?
well, I think it's better to rent a place to live in urban area because as we know that in the urban area is very expensive for buy some living place there, and definitely also we can save some money, not only like that but also uh, uh, we can move to the area that we are click to in this area we need. That is it. Can should I more may add more my answer, or so it's just enough for
Yeah,
the part
yeah,
three?
you're just highlighting only in village area. How about town area, urban area?
So it's not cover this question.
The question doesn't say it is only village area. It could be both. It could be a town or a village. It doesn't matter where you like to buy or rent.
So I have to need to explain also about in the other place,
Bo-
like the.
both of the places, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So maybe the here teacher, it's
Sorry.
the here maybe want to answer or just
No, you all have to
I
answer all the questions. It's
all the questions.
yeah.
Okay. So I continue to the next question
Yes.
about
Welcome,
the thank
Dahir.
you so much.
Yes, teacher.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
MashaAllah. Raji,
Uh,
how are you, bro?
yes, Dahir. Nice to meet you today, Dahir. Hope you good.
Okay.
And this next question is about how easy it to find a place to live in your country. Uh, well, from my perspective, that when I live in when go to the study, uh, go outside to my town, I think that's very easy to find some place to live uh, there. Uh, maybe because that is people in there uh, to how people like that is to preserve some accommodation like this. So they get they earn some money also from the house or place that he doesn't use to rent to people that they don't have a live place in that area. So it's more easier for me. For the
Okay.
second and the next, do you agree that it's a right age for young adult to stop living with their parents? Well, I think it is very tough question for me because I'm not parent yet. So I will be guess this question to to assume that I become that's adult. So maybe child in that want to live in to separate with their parents. That they want to uh, taste some new color. I mean, like uh, want to freedom to free free do anything that they want, but sometimes they doesn't not know what the consequence behind that. So to answer this question, uh, maybe I doesn't really agree about there are some uh, particular acts the adult have to separate with the parents.
Okay.
Very tough question, teacher. Difficult for me.
Next
what
question.
option are what options are available to young couples looking for accommodation in your country? Options are available to young couples.
Aji, I can't hear you clearly. Can you please bring your microphone close to your mouth?
I make it clear to you to my mouth, or maybe I need to speak up.
You need to speak up a little bit more and bring the microphone close to your mouth.
Uh, okay, so
So, what options are available to young couples looking for accommodation in your country?
Well, I think this gonna be more tough question for me because I haven't enough. Uh, I be, I have been a couple, so I have not taste like this. And so let me think first. Um, maybe as I say before, that there is some people that want to arrange their accommodation, like their host, or some people they are the unused area, so they build some uh, house there. So after that, they rent that house to earn some money. So maybe uh, uh, it's little bit easy for couple to find some place to live in some other like that. But other is maybe not. So the the last question is what are some of the pleasure involved in making a home?
I can't hear you, Aziz. I'm sorry.
Uh, Then the last is what are some of the pleasures involved in making a home for ourselves?
Hmm.
I don't understand the question. This teacher, what are some of the pleasures involved in making a home for ourselves? Is that about the
Okay.
tools that we have to complete?
No, it's not about the rules. Why do people make homes? This is the simplest
Uh,
way to understand this question. If you are to build a property or build a home or make a home, why do you build it?
yeah. Of course, the aim of this is to separate with other parents and with their parents and to live by themselves with the the wife or husband that you choose. So uh, they can live together with children that they have also, and they can concentrate and not to avoid their parents make up become uh, some problem for their life. So they manage their life itself, and uh, yeah, that's it, teacher, and doesn't to make some problem to their parents.
Okay, understandable. So, sorry, Aji, though many of your answers were not understandable because of the maybe communication gap or the microphone, because sometimes I could hear you and the next moment the sound is gone. Okay, so
Okay.
my best option for you to always try to understand the question, what it says. Okay,
Yeah.
and if you understand the questions, it will be easier for you to answer it properly.
Yeah.
Okay, great, well done.
Yeah.
So give an ovation for Aji Dahir,
Yeah.
because I think speaking
Thank
task
you.
3, this is the first time you have just participated. Remember, the more you practice, more you appear at this type of test, it will be better for you to build up your confidence level and develop your communication skill.
Mhm.
Okay, so Dahir, are you ready for this part?
Yeah.
Okay, first question. Go with the first question, then one by one. Yeah?
Okay, thank you. Do you think it's better to rent or buy place to live in? I think it is based in my country, right? The questions. all the questions.
Sorry, say again.
All the questions I will pay for in my country or where I live right now.
Uh, that's why I need to understand the question. What does the first question say?
Do you think it's better to rent it or to buy a place to live in?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the question says,
Okay,
which
okay,
is
okay.
better,
Hang on,
rent it or to
hang
buy?
on, hang on a second, both of you. Remember, when a question is asked, that means the examiner asking your opinion. You
Okay.
can relate to the opinion to your local country or if abroad, but you don't know the situation in abroad. So it's better to relate to your local place where you live in.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, it's fine. In my opinion, it's better to rent a place to live because it's high expensive. I say when I'm living, I will buy a place. Uh, Next question: how easy is to find a place to live in your
Hang on a
country?
second.
Uh-huh.
You have said only better to live. You have to show the reason why it is better to live rather than buying. You're comparing two things, renting and buying. That's the question. If
Okay.
if you have the opportunity to buy a property, will you still rent?
No.
Then
If I get enough money, I will buy it here.
did you see my point now, Aji and Dahir? Remember
Mhm.
that it is not that you don't have money. We're not assuming you haven't got money. We're assuming you have money, but
Uh-huh.
still you are preferring to rent it. And what's the reason rather than buying it?
Okay. Okay. Uh, I just understood. It's better to buy a place to live if you have enough money because of you avoid the burden of the rent and you will pay only the expenses that electric, gas, and whatever related. So whenever you are staying the good place, it's better to buy a place to live. It
Live.
will,
Place to live, not live. Live.
yeah, place to live, yeah. Uh, how easy is to find a place to live in your country? In my country, it's quite difficult to get in the place. Uh, it's high expensive, and, and and if there is a security issues, you can't live anywhere you want. You have to live uh, the green zone or protected area. So it's high expensive. Uh, do you agree that there is a right age for young adults to stop living with their parents? Yeah,
Parents.
ba-
Parents.
parents. Okay. Uh, I think yeah. When they if every adult when he gets his couple or uh, husband or spouse, they have to leave or they have to stop living for their parents. In my idea, they can visit, they can come, but it's better to live separate and to get their home, uh, their to live there.
Hmm.
What options are available to young couples looking for accommodation in your country? Uh, they have options for uh, to rent a place um, and to live there. I cannot say the another option that is available for young couples in my country. There is no government subsidiary. There is no assistance for their living or coverage for their expenses uh, for young couples. So uh, they have to get their money and then they can rent it, they can live uh, in their own money. What are some of the pressures involved in making home for ourselves? I think if we get a home, we have a place that we are not worrying to be saying, leave it today or leave it tomorrow. We have a home that we rest, live, we can get everything. So it is. I think it is pleasure to get a home.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you.
Okay, well done. The topic is a bit harder for both of you. Remember that. And I'll speaking task three. You don't know which topic is going to be asked, so it's better to practice some hard or difficult topics so that you are accustomed to having this kind of harder topic. Okay, remember, uh, there is no right or wrong in answers in IELTS exam. What
Okay.
what you have to do understand is that questions patterns and what they're asking for. Okay,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
do you think it's better to rent or to buy a place to live in? Okay, then you can just you know tell only one side, which is either renting or buying, or
Okay.
you can compare both if you want to.
Mhm,
Remember that for each and every question you will get 20 to 30 seconds, maximum 40 seconds to represent your answer. So you have to speak up in this 30 to 40 seconds, clearly, loudly, and to the best of your understanding. Please bear in mind that there is once again no right or wrong. This is just your assessment of your presentation, speaking, as well as your communication skill.
mhm.
Okay, like Aji said that he would like to rent. You said that after explanation you would like to buy.
Yeah.
My question would be, if you have got enough money, why you should rent the property? All right. And
Mhm,
also tell some reasons, like bullet point, like why do you want to buy or why do you want to rent? If you want to buy a property, at the end of the day, you are the owner. Okay. Your
mhm,
children can live there peacefully.
mhm,
Or maybe you can give a rent. Your property can be rented to some other person if you don't want to live, even though. So that's a
mhm,
good source of your earnings, for your future.
mhm,
We all need money more or less for our life. So these are some reasons you can always explain. And if you want to say, oh, I like to rent because if I have a home, I have to be worried about many things like tax, home insurance, repairment, these and that,
mhm,
electricity, gas, water, and other expenses. But when you rent, most of the cases, yeah, you just pay only those bills, but you don't have to worry. Okay, it depends. So remember that you can tell both of them or only one of them.
Okay.
All right. Question number
Mhm,
two: how easy is it to find a place to live in your country? Remember that it's specifying in your country only, not to any other place. This is the
mhm,
first point of this question. Is it difficult to find a place, or is it easy? Now you have to answer. It is. Then you tell us some of the facts that it's very easy to find a place in our country as long as you have got enough money.
mhm,
Remember, housing, buying, or renting is related to your financial capacity.
mhm.
So you have to mention it clearly, both of you. Okay.
Okay.
So if you have money, you can live anywhere in the country. You can live in a city, you can live in a village area though. But
Mhm.
mention it if you choose a city, why do you like to live in the city? Or if you like to live in a village, why do you like to live in a village?
Mhm.
Okay? Tell some good reasons.
Mhm.
Like if you are mentioning city, you can tell, oh, in city all the facilities are available, like there are job opportunities, hospitals, supermarkets, schools, and those are helpful for your children if you've got child or children. But
Mhm.
in village,
Teacher,
Aji,
may I ask some questions, teacher?
yeah.
Is that there is some pattern to answer this part 3 speaking test, and how long that we should be answer this
Oh,
question,
all right.
this
So
question?
Aji, for every question in part 3, you'll get 30 to 40 seconds to answer.
40. It's minimal for 40, right?
Yeah, you can add a little bit more. Remember that 30 to 40 seconds is standard time. But do you know in 30 to 40 seconds how many sentences you can present? At
I
least
don't know.
6 to 7 sentences. If you're a good
Six.
speaker, you can explain at least 6 to 7 sentences.
Thank you.
Okay. Once again, the rubrics are follow the question pattern. Number one. Number two, what is the question asking about? Number three, is it asking your opinion or it is asking your presentation?
Yes.
Look at this question. Do you think it's better to rent or to buy a place to live in? So it's asking your opinion. What do you think? What is your opinion? Would you like to buy or would you like to rent? If you have enough money, then you just say whatever you like to do. But as I've said, always make some bullet points. Number one, this is the reason I like to buy. Or number one, this is the reason I like to rent.
According to my answer, that's teacher before, that when doesn't know what I want to answer, I want to think for a second. So can I answer like that? This is because as I say, it's very a tough question, or I say again that maybe so that's time I make that time teacher to think about my answer. So is that gonna be decrease my score, or what, teacher?
Did you say that you will think of few seconds then you answer?
Yes.
No,
Can we use some I mean some distraction like this, teacher? Like this is a tough question, or maybe
no, you don't have to
some.
explain tough question, difficult question. You don't need to do that. You just straight away answer them because you don't have much time. Remember that. It's
So
not
the
like
time is we make this teacher to let us to think what is the what the answer of this question.
no, you'll not have time for that. That's why it is task 3.
Yeah, it's very
And I'm sure you know that you set for the exam twice, right, Aji?
yes.
So did the teacher give you time to think of it,
Yes, yes, teacher.
Aji?
Yes.
Tell us. Dahir, can you please mute yourself? I think the echo is coming from your side.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
teacher.
So, Aji, my question is, you set for the IELTS exam twice in speaking task 3.
Yes.
Do you remember that? Did the teacher give you any extra time to think of the answer? No.
No.
So
Yeah.
that's why it stays. The teacher is going to ask you, even the teacher is not going to show you the question because we are practicing. I'm showing you the questions. Okay, the question would be in teacher's hand in a paper, and from the paper, teacher is going to read loudly for you. Did you get the point?
Yes. I
So
understand.
you need to be prepared to answer. That's the first thing. and try to understand the question, second thing, and what is the question is asking about, third. And the fourth is you just start speaking as soon as the question is finished.
Yeah.
You'll not have much time to think of it. Okay, if you stop and start thinking, then it will be regarded you're not fluent. It will have bad impact on your score. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
All right. So once again, the rubrics are listen to the question carefully. Try to find out which tense has been used, and then try to find out what is the question asking about. Is it asking a plain answer or an analytical answer or in comparison? Okay. You see from the question one, do you think it's better to rent or to buy a place to live in? So it is both. It could be a comparison, it could be an analytical. You can compare, and after that you'll answer what do you like to do. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, any other question, Aji?
It's good, teacher. It's enough. Okay.
Okay, Dahir, now we can unmute.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Do you have any questions about this topic?
No, thank you.
Okay, once again, remember that IELTS, this part, task 3, speaking task 3 is bit difficult. And honestly speaking, in most of the cases, our students are really bit scared to answer this part. But don't worry, be always confident to answer, even you understand that you are making mistakes. That's what this test is for. So you need to answer straight away. You will not be able to get much time to think of it. Listen to the question, understand it, and answer it. That will be your technique.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
And also, the surprising part is that in IELTS exam there is no syllabus, there is no hard and fast rule that oh, if you read something, you'll get the similar question. No, it is not like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
All right. And remember that when you're answering, once again, I'm repeating because of your better score, try to use accurate grammar, try to use different kinds of grammatical structure, if possible use some high standard vocabulary, then try to pronounce the word correctly and fluently. Remember that these are the criteria: fluency, pronunciation, using different kinds of grammar structures, as well as high vocabs.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, teacher.
great. Any other question before I jump to the next topic?
Yeah, thank you. The last question, teacher.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Can you explain a little bit for the last question? The last question for this.
Okay, one moment. The last question is, what are some of the pleasures involved in making a home for ourselves? What does this question mean, uh, Dahir?
Uh, I just understood like what uh, what you feel when you get the home, whether happiness or I think something like that. What you are feeling when you get it home? for happiness.
Okay, Aji, what do you think? This question, last question.
For my opinion, teacher, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind like the aims, the purpose to make a home by ourselves. So, what the pleasure that they want to achieve, they want to seek for the home that we will be built. For me, teacher, it's the opinion.
Right. This question is honestly indirectly asking, why do you prepare or build or make a home for ourselves? What's the reason? You need to tell us the reason.
Hmm.
Okay. And by the way, you know that there is one greatest option in IELTS exam. If you ever don't understand the question, you need to ask politely to the examiner. And what are the ways you can ask?
Sorry, teacher. Sorry.
If you don't understand the question, how do you ask the teacher that you didn't understand? Tahir?
Will politely, yeah, we want to ask
Uh,
you
I,
that, teacher.
I can ask you. I say I don't get it.
Tell me, like, you didn't understand my question. Tell me and assume that this is the test.
Uh, the only option that I will do is uh, to say sorry. Sorry, I did not understood. Maybe I can say sorry. I did not understood the question.
I didn't understand, not understood. I didn't understand.
Hmm.
Okay. And Ajay, how can I say that?
Uh, if I say that, sorry, can you repeat? Do you want to say? What do you say?
Can you repeat? Very good. Rather than I didn't understand, it's better to use can you repeat? Okay. There are a few other ways you can ask. Number one, this is plain way. Sorry, I didn't understand. Tahir.
Yes.
It's better to avoid this sentence. Right. You can follow Aj's comment like, could you please repeat? Or you can say, I beg your pardon. Yeah.
Hmm.
We use in the UK. That's very common expression. I beg your pardon. That means I didn't understand your question. Or excuse me, I didn't quite catch you. Yeah?
Okay.
I'm writing it. Okay. Or you can say like this, could you please paraphrase? Do you know the meaning of paraphrase if you remember?
Paraphrase.
Yeah. Do you know what is paraphrase? Paraphrase or
Yeah. Yeah.
rephrase?
To make other sentence with with the same meaning.
Yes. If you ever say, could you please rephrase and paraphrase, then the speaker will be able to understand the words that the speaker has used is difficult for you. So the speaker is going to explain you in a different, easier way. If you remember in IELTS, writing task one, academic, we always rephrase it or paraphrase it. Okay, so it's a very important academic word. When someone doesn't understand anything, then you can use this word. Okay, so these are the ways. I beg your pardon, excuse me, I didn't quite catch you. Or could you please repeat? Could you please paraphrase? Or could you please rephrase? Whichever sentence is suitable for you. Do not say, sorry, I didn't understand you. Don't say like this. Okay, Dahi?
Okay.
Though there is nothing wrong, but it will be better for you because you're an IELTS candidate. You have to ask question in a different way, but politely.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Is that clear, Aji?
Yes, yes.
So, the last question one more time. What are some of the pleasures involved in making a home for ourselves? So, what would be your answer, Aji?
Mm. Want to live in with my their family,
Yes.
separate from their parents,
Mm-hmm.
and second is what is it, right? Uh,
Go
so
on.
they don't want to uh, bother the parents,
Mm-hmm.
make some problem to their parents, so they can manage their own life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all of my idea, teacher. I don't know anymore.
Okay.
But
How about you, Dahir?
Uh, some pleasures involved in making home ourselves.
Why do you want to build a house for yourself? Tell me. Tell me this answer plainly.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
And
Why?
remember, if you use the word repeat, do not use again. Repeat means explain again. That is one of the mistakes, Dahir.
Okay.
You can
Uh-huh.
see that. Can you repeat? I said.
Okay.
I didn't use again.
Okay.
The last question is involved to explain why do you want to build a house for you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. When we have a home, our family can be together to live in one place,
Okay.
uh, and also it will reduce the taxi burden if I get the home. Um, I think in the future I can I can live it in that home, or my children will live also. Andy,
Mm-hmm.
Andy teacher.
if, if I say, teacher, the
Yeah, go
answer
on.
is plural. They use the are some, so we have to answer more than one. Is not right, teacher?
Yeah, what are? You see, you have to answer more than one reason. You're right. As well spotted. Okay, try to use some, other words, some adjectives like a home is a place of, peace and unity of family and family members. If I have my own home, I'll be happy that I'm living with my parents. I'm living with my family, my wife, my children, my sister, my brother, or maybe other relatives. Tell something like this, to highlight it. And when we live together, we try to have good time with our family members, whether it's a parents or not. Okay, whether it is brother or sister or not. Because when we get matured or adult, we go our own lives. We live in a separate house. You understand? So,
Mm-hmm.
so remember to follow the question pattern as you well spotted one more time, because it says what are plural some of the reasons why do you want to live in a house? Why don't you build a house?
I just remember also, teacher.
Okay, very good. So remember that. Follow the question, and you'll find most of the answers are there. Now you have to use that as your feedback to give the answer whatever you're trying to say. Remember that IELTS exam is not only understanding the English as well as it is understanding the rubrics. Rubrics means the question patterns, question types, and what they're answering and what they're expecting from you. Okay. Remember that it's just a test, so nothing to be worried, nothing to be upset. And
Mm-hmm.
as if for your information, one of my junior friends sat for 13 times IELTS exam to get 7.5.
13. Okay.
13, 1 3. Okay, we have got 15 seconds.
Uh,
Thank you very much, guys. Please practice a little bit more, read a little bit more, And if you have any writing, you can always send it to me to get it checked. Okay, I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Okay, teacher. Thank you so
Bye.
much.